slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, he's got Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there on a 1st down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. The numbers for Mixon last week, 18 carries, 64 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Passing, it's Dalton. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So here come the Browns now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got to vote. I've got to vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. King. Pistol. Hey, Alpha.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! Hey, alert! Check 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
A nice pickup on 1st down, 7 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. King. Undercooked. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins.
They're running it. Hurry. Point it right.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
6-0 our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. 2nd and 5 now. Dalton, 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
From midfield here, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title out of reach, we know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
So it's just a matter of adjusting now, isn't it? And what I mean by that is mentally. Every team starts the season thinking, let's go for the number 1 seed, right? Being the top team. Number 2 is pretty great, too, because you get the opening bye and you're at home after that. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just getting in and you just sit down and talk to your team. Would you rather go on the road and deal with someone, or would you rather stay at home for the playoffs? Let's go on the road and go take someone out. I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Hurry! Watch the slant.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Dalton. Green brings it in. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mixon with a first down carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. 13 games going on here this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down and 4, Mayfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Mike 52! Mike 52! Oh, you got deep? Kill, kill, kill. Watch the safety creep. Watch out!
Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch. First target. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Roy 33. 52, 52. Check right, check right. Check. Real. Check hot, hot. Check 43.
A run for Nick Chubb. A gain of 3, second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A toss play to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the catch good, it's Eifert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing, Dalton. Benjamin's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final act of the first half. Dalton is going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
180! 52 right here. 52. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run. Alert, 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 alert. 52. Watch the run.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Able to find Switzer. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Hey, Delta. He don't want it. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Pistol. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey,
and again, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down, it'll be 2nd and goal. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Hurry!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Dalton, and incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. Only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Kill. Alert, 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 alert.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Check. Lucky. Real.
On third down, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And Kelvin Benjamin's got it.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw here, Dalton dumps it off to Mixon, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. So Dalton now completes it to Benjamin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Blue down, blue down. 51 the Mike, boy, 51. Up, close. Mike.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Dalton now to pass. Green brings it in. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Dalton, and that's complete. It's Green here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. 1st and 10 for Dalton. He's got Green. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Let's go.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Come on.
And Dalton to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Dalton here from the gun. Finding Green complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Passing, it's Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Let's go!
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ryan Switzer hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now Dalton and the Bengals Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 8 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Dalton. Open man is Uzama. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To try again after the sack. Dalton. Benjamin's got it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check 53, Mike. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They send Green to the left on his own. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw here, Dalton. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cleveland, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have